Do you think you're too old to learn the guitar? That you'll never really get good? What if I told you that's not true? I've seen people pick up the guitar after retiring and still make incredible progress. So yes, you can learn guitar at any age. But there are a few key things that will decide whether you actually stick with it and improve or end up quitting. And in this video, I'll walk you through those things. We all know kids learn faster than adults. And one of the reasons is that neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to physically change through experience, slows down with age. But here's the important part, it never stops. So that means you can still learn and still improve at any stage of your life. And making music is actually the equivalent of a full body workout for your brain. Learning the guitar keeps you young and your mind sharp. And that in itself should be a reason to pick up the guitar, or any instrument really. But if you're still doubting yourself, and part of you feels like it's too late, stick around, because I'll convince you it's not. With the right approach, I believe most people can reach a high level of playing no matter when they start. But it may take years, maybe 5, maybe 10, but here's something important. You do not need to become world class to love playing the guitar. There are countless songs that are simple yet beautiful. No matter your level, I'm sure you can find a song that you like. And that's really important. A lot of people quit because they immediately try songs far beyond their level. And that leads to frustration. So don't make the mistake of picking songs that are too difficult. Instead, find some easy songs that you like and slowly work your way up. So, while progress may be slower than when you were younger, slower progress is still progress. And honestly, many older players have something that younger players often lack. Patience, consistency, discipline. I know as a kid I didn't have that. If I wanted something, I wanted it immediately and not after a year of work. This is actually why I think adults can outperform kids, because they tend to be more methodical. They set better goals, they think more clearly about mistakes, and they're usually more intentional with how they practice. So, how do you actually learn smarter? Well, we've already covered the first part, picking songs that are within your level of ability. But how you practice is where everything really changes. Now, I can make an entire series on practice alone, but it starts with something simple, setting realistic goals, and then building your practice around them. From there are 3 things you absolutely want to focus on. 1. Practice slowly. Break difficult sections into small chunks, and then slow everything down until it feels manageable. Learn how to play it correctly first, and then speed it up. 2. Identify what's holding you back. It's really tempting to just play the parts you already know and avoid the parts you struggle with, but that doesn't help you improve. Instead, pay attention to your mistakes. Which bar keeps tripping you up and why? Is it the timing, the chord change, the picking pattern? Find the weak point and focus on fixing that specifically. 3. Get enough correct repetitions in a row. Most people move on too quickly. They play something right once or twice and think, okay, I've got it. But that's not how learning works. If you mess up 10 times and then play it correctly twice, you haven't really learned anything yet. Instead, aim for consistency. Try to play it correctly at least 5 times in a row before moving on. And finally, if progress feels slower than you want, celebrate the small wins. Maybe your goal is to play Recuerdos de la Alhambra someday. Great, but today, celebrate that your chord changes went smoother, or that your arpeggio sounded cleaner, or that you even picked up the guitar and practiced, because small wins create momentum. Also, there are a lot of things you can do to help your brain learn faster and memorize more efficiently, all backed by science. And I've actually put a free document on that you can download down below. Now what about the challenges that come with age? Stiff hands, pain, things like that. As you get older, you need to work with your body, not against it. It starts with your playing position. Try to find something comfortable. For example, a classical position can be much more ergonomic, especially if you use a support instead of a footstool. It keeps your body in a more natural alignment, which makes longer practice sessions much easier. And speaking of practice, don't force long, painful sessions. Instead, break it up. Shorter, more frequent sessions are easier on your body and actually help you learn faster too. So take frequent breaks, do some light stretching and mobility work. Regular exercise is great, and if something is holding you back, try to work around it. There are many examples of great guitarists playing with missing fingers, for example. One of the most famous is Django Reinhardt, who only had full use of 2 fingers on his fretting end, and still became one of the greatest jazz guitarists of all time. So if something hurts, doesn't work the way you expect, don't immediately assume the journey is over. There's often another path, you just have to find it. So, are you too old to learn the guitar? No. You might need more patience, you might need to practice a little bit smarter, and you might need to adapt physically, but you can absolutely still learn how to play the guitar. And you don't need to become a virtuoso to make music. You don't need to be great to play beautiful songs or enjoy the instrument. And I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but try to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. So hopefully this video convinced you to pick up the guitar. It's a decision you won't regret. And if you want to learn how to improve faster using neuroscience-backed methods, you can check out that video right here.